Okay, next we have our weakness is His strength, which is a good thing. And the Bible verse on that is, oh, that's weird. Huh. Okay. Huh. It's just insane. It's not working. Huh. Oh, we'll just do that then. Okay, this Bible verse is wrong. This is actually 2 Corinthians 12:1. But I can't make the changes. Alright. Hello, this is Pastor Scott Cruz with The Deeper Rock. This is an augmentation of the Rock Talk that happened last weekend. We were talking about understated excellence with the Gerber artifact. And so here we're going to be taking a look at how to have excellence in God's kingdom. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verses 1 through 10 is the reading today. And what I want to focus on with you is verse 8, my power works best in weakness. That's God talking. God's power works in weakness. And this is exciting for someone who is weak, because I'm not very strong, I'm weak. And this should be a cure for insecurity. Because if you're weak, the good news is that's when God's strength can work in you. And so if you're feeling insecure that you're not as good as somebody else, be humble, but in that humility know that, you know what? God's able to do something with me because I'm weak, and that's what His Word says. And in these verses that you read in Corinthians, Paul is talking about the thorn that he had in his flesh. He says, God, why don't you deal with this thorn? Why don't you deal with this weakness in my life? And it has been debated what that thorn might have been, physical ailment, some kind of sin, whatever it might be. People have wondered what this thorn was, but the point is that God uses broken people. God uses weak people, which is good news, because sometimes we are both broke and weak. Now, this takes away our excuse to be lazy. If God can work in your weakness, see, what we tend to do is we're weak, and so we can't do it anyway, so we just lay back and we don't do anything. That's not what God wants from you. God wants to be strength in your weakness. And if you put your faith and your trust in God, and you go forward knowing that you're too weak to accomplish it on your own, that's when He can come in and do something really special. God, this is bigger than me. God, I can't do this by myself. He says, oh good, you finally got it. Here I am. And you push through. Number 4, God does His, if we don't do our part, God won't do His part. I think that lots of blessings are unrealized because it seems too hard for us. We are too weak to do it, and so we go, oh, I can't do that. But what I've seen, at least my experience, if we don't do our part, if we're lazy, if we are unfaithful, if we are inconsistent, if we're not obedient, that's what God is really asking for us. If we don't do our part, He doesn't get to do His part. See, the way God's kingdom works is we are this strong and God is this strong. It's off the screen. See that? But we got to get to here. God expects our best. He expects our whole heart, our whole obedience, and then His power comes in and great and wonderful things happen. We are at the Ramada, not the Ramada, we're not at the Ramada, don't go to the Ramada. We are at West Acres Cinema, 10 o'clock every week, and I hope to see you there. Check us out, rockchurchnd.com, scottjcruz.com. Twitter and Facebook are the same things. May the Lord richly bless you, and I hope to see you in church on Sunday.